Brendan, after the week. Further reflections on the Detroit game?
Yeah, really happy with another clean sheet at home. That's what we talked about in the locker room after. We did start to generate more chances, and as we look back at it, we probably left a goal on the table there, but the reality is if you're putting up clean sheets, you have a chance to win every game. So that's been our focus, is to maintain the structure on both sides of the ball so that we can effectively, keep the game in front of us. And we need to get a little more aggressive on the attacking side. That's not a secret. We need certain guys to step up on the attacking side.
Which of the guys that you're looking to step up there in the attacking third?
You could name anyone that we put out in the front four. Somebody has to take responsibility for making a final pass, for making we got to get more shots off. That's not a secret either. So we have the structure where we want it, which is a huge piece of our team's evolution throughout the course of the season. We feel like we have the right shape now. We feel like we're in a good position going forward defensively. Now we have to start to take more risk when we're in the attacking half of the field.
After the Detroit game, you mentioned kind of the adjustment at halftime being a little bit more direct. Obviously, it resulted in 10 shots, or something like that compared to 0 in the first half. Is that something you take forward into this game, or is that situational based on the opponent?
I think it's situational a little bit. A little bit of that shift was just the nature of the game kind of called for a little bit more direct play. I do think Louisville will certainly, with all their technical ability and all their experience and all their, individual talent, they're going to try to play quite a bit more.
Speaking of Louisville, last season, a couple of really different results against them. 6-0 loss away from home, 2-1 victory here. How do you look at that, kind of split the difference, think about what this game will look like? Yeah,
we keep that in perspective. The 2-1 win here, they took an early red card, halfway through the first half, and that changes the complexion of a game. So we're not unrealistic about that. They're still the top team in the league, and maybe Charleston in the East has something to say about that, but I don't think anyone else does. So we know we're playing the pinnacle of the league tomorrow, and we're going to have every guy be an 8 out of 10 to get something.
They come in, they've got a really strong defense through the early going in the season, giving up a relatively small number of goals. Kind of contrast with Hartford's struggles to score. How do you see that playing out potentially on Saturday?
I think they'll come here and be aggressive. I think they'll certainly think that they can come and dictate the game, and they have the ability to do that, like I said, if we're not on point in every position and every defensive action.
And then health-wise, we've had a couple of guys missing, had Jack and Nishi go off last weekend. What's the team's status in that area?
All 3 guys are questionable right now. Yeah, so we're not sure where they're going to land for tomorrow or next week at this point, really.
Thanks. Thank you.